breaking news in New Jersey that no one's surprised by. John Hynes, their head coach, fired. Do you think it's going to have any effect on the rest of their season? I mean, I kind of think they're done and it's over anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't. They've got a real mess on their hands there, right? And they went out in the summer. They signed Wayne Simmons for 1 year. They traded for Subban. They've got Taylor Hall on the last year. Like they've got Jack Hughes, the number one pick. I think there was some cautious optimism, if that's the right word, that maybe they could be, a team that takes a big leap. And it's all fallen apart for them. It started in goal when, unfortunately, one of the real good guys in the game, Corey Schneider, it's just come undone for him. He just can't stop it, can't stop the puck, and so that was one of their problems. They had some injuries. Hall hasn't had a particularly effective stretch when he's been back, and he looks like he's one of those guys. I don't know if you guys would agree, but when I watch, he looks like he's kind of half expecting to be traded like yesterday. Like he looks like he's...
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows, and it's like... And you can never really get yourself up to speed when you think that it's coming. It just doesn't work. And so, can they salvage the year? I don't think so. The next big move for them is going to be, can they get a deal, or at least in my opinion, is if they're going to trade Hall, what kind of return can you get?
Right.
Can you make a significant difference maker trade, or is the fact that he's a free agent just cripple what you can get?
Well, I think it depends on whether or not, to your point, can you pull the Mark Stone?
But even that, you just want, Ottawa after that trade was I think we got 6 pieces. Just get one really good thing. And I think that's their challenge, isn't it, Ray? How do you get one thing that you can put with Hughes and Hischier, and they'll probably get the number 1 pick or number 2 pick?
They'll be in the running again, yeah.
Well, you can get it if that becomes your focus, I guess. But it was also that, pretty clearly Vegas had the opportunity to talk to Mark Stone, because I don't think you come up with a $72 million contract agreement in a couple hours.
Yeah, funny how that one worked out.
Yeah, so I think they probably had, a period of time where Stone, it seems likely anyway, that Stone was given permission to speak to Vegas. Hey, if we can come up with an extension, then the deal is Brandstrom. And which is exactly what it turned out to be, because they'd already made a couple of trades, I think, guys, that that entailed one player for 4 players and 4 draft picks and a prospect, a B prospect. Well, they don't need B prospects. They got B prospects. They need this trade to really make a difference for them. And I'm with you. For me, it's the one top end prospect, not a whole bunch of B level guys.
So it's a big night in Vancouver. It's a Canadian matchup, Ottawa and Vancouver, but Alex Burrows is going into the Ring of Honor in Vancouver, and I can't think of a more local story that has caused a bit of a stir. I'm not even sure it's appropriate to say it's a stir, but everyone's got an opinion on everything. And even in Toronto, people are discussing whether or not he's worthy of it.
Well, they're all saying he's a crap disturber, not really a point producer. But
the market determines how much you love a player.
Would it be the equivalent of Kadri getting in the Ring of Honor at the ACC?
Sure. Or Darcy Tucker. Tucker's probably the best example. Everyone loves him here in Toronto, so he should go.
They have a Ring of Honor.
No, they don't. I'm saying hypothetically speaking.
Well, okay, so here's the thing with Burrows. He became such a great story because he was in the East Coast League. He really was not even a prospect. And then somehow he got to the American League, and they had a couple injuries, and they called him up, and then he just never went back. And he, for some reason, even more incredibly, was they decided to put Alex Burrows on the wing with the Sedins. Why would that possibly work? Except they played together for years, and it was incredibly effective. Burrows scored the year that they went to the finals. They had to get through Chicago, and Chicago would beat them like a drum for the previous number of playoffs and through the regular seasons. And in Game 7 in overtime, Burrows scored and really became a local legend the minute the puck hit the back of the net.
Mm-hmm. And that was a half chance too. Like, it was from the slot, but it was a half chance until it went in. Then it was a full chance.
And then it was a full chance, and it went top bins.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
So the thing is, like, he deserves to be in the Ring of Honor because the market is where it's not about whether people around the league think he's a great choice or not. Like, who cares what the people in, I don't know, Toronto or Montreal or Pittsburgh think of him? It doesn't matter. In Vancouver, it matters.
Right. It was like Carolina last year doing all their dances and celebrations.
Yeah.
They loved it in Carolina. Why would they care about what people in Toronto or Vancouver or New York think?
Yeah, and
cater to your market.
And so it'll be a good night. He's a very popular player here, and he'll push back face-off 17 minutes too,
which
is what I got a game in Edmonton tomorrow too. We need to move this along.